Hi. Okay. Indonesia itself composed of 70,000 of island and 6,000 island are inhabited. So we have five big island in Indonesia. Christina, maybe you can put the slide. Okay. You can see there are five big island in Indonesia, and there's a note in the square. Uh, it means that availability of the water and the demand of the water and the balance. And you can see actually the most polluted island is in Java, and we can see that there are minus of the availability of the water because of so many population in Java, and there are a little water resource in Java. So we can see that we will uh, we will lacking of water in the future from now. So actually we have two season, wet season and dry season. Used to be that the wet and also the dry season lasts for 6 months. Wet season from October to March and dry season from April to September. But right now, because of the climate change, the wet season lasts only 5 months. So 6 months, the rest of the 6 months, we face the dry season. There's so many issue and problem about the water in Indonesia. As the most issue is about the political system that shifted from the centralization into decentralization. Because of the decentralization, each city or agency has to generate revenue by their own based on their natural resources. So sometimes there are no integrated collaboration between one city with another regency. So because of the ego, each city and regency work by themselves. They uh, they don't care about others or regions attention. For example, like in the case of watershed, who usually flow uh, from several different administrative area, there are so many policy and program that is not integrated each other. That problem is worsened by the climate change impact that right now it is so that the participation in Indonesia is higher in the wet season. So it causes so many problems like flooding, uh, landslide, water supply that right now is decreasing and decreasing. So we face so many complex problems, climate change, urbanization, that it affect to the natural resource also. What actually I already done in the case you can see in the map. We work in Garang watershed. Garang is the name, and it flows in three different administrative area. The upstream area and the downstream area is different. The upstream area belongs to Semarang Regency, and the downstream area belong to the city Semarang city. And so far there are no integrated solution when everybody said that one river, one management, but the implementation, we can say it's bullshit. There's no integrated program and policy. Uh, this river, this water, actually is provided for fresh water in the downstream area, and sometimes the downstream area always said to the upstream area that we need water from your river, from your upstream area. But in another hand, the upstream area also didn't care about what downstream area complaining. The upstream area always extract more and more in the upstream area. For example, like they change the land from buffer zone. Yeah, actually the water set in the upstream area, the function is buffer zone for the water set, but they change into the settlement for housing, for the any development. So it causes like more runoff in the sedimentation. Into the sedimentation, it causes also the quality and quantity the water for the downstream area. So many program and policy coming to tackle this problem, but until maybe 2011, government from different sector and different administrative area has their own policy and activity. You can see this is what happened in the Garang watershed. Garang watershed, there are exploitation for the housing, and also the sedimentation. It's really high. So when the rain's coming, the water turns to brown. And also the economic issues in Garang. We can see people do the mining to get the sand and also the stone from this river. So actually it's really complex, but the government in Indonesia see that this is only the problem of the physical, the ecological. So what they do, commonly, they just only greening and rehabilitating the land, but they never think about this economic sector, like the community who living in the Garang watershed. So my organization try to figure out what actually happened, because lot of money spending in this area to improve the condition, the quality and quantity of the water in this Garang watershed. Using some tools for the leadership, I and my organization try to figure out what actually happened, and we try to identify what actor, what stakeholder actually related to this Garang watershed, because so many stakeholder actually play in this watershed. Private also join for the rehabilitation, but sometimes there are no real result of the implementation of what they are doing. So we try to use the leadership tools to aware the leader of all stakeholder who interested in rehabilitating Garang watershed. So at the first time, we try to identify the actor, the main actor We also include communities. So far, government neglect ignoring the participatory for the community. So we try also to invite the community and private. It's little bit strange when we meet those stakeholders, because usually government will resist to meet with community, and also community also resist to meet with the government, and vice versa. So we try uh, to invite them in one table. So what actually uh, we start not what actually the problem is, but what actually you have. So we will find like the overlapping potential resources, not overlapping the problem. So I think the main focus of our activity is try to identify the potential of its institution, and then try to meet up what actually the collaboration can go together. So and from several meeting, the discussion, from the training also, uh, we finally have the collaboration to take action to rehabilitate the waters. But it's not about the rehabilitation, but how then those stakeholders can participatory do the activity in watershed. So the main purpose of this activity actually how to make this river sustain for the future, because as I already explained in the first, that the water uh, is provided for the fresh water uh, in the downstream area. So how actually this water can sustain, and the government also can do the sustainable development in this area, because as so far that the government only think how to physical to make this watershed good, but they don't think about how the social and economic uh, aspect in this watershed. So our approach using the helicopter of view, we try uh, to give the insight for the stakeholder what actually the whole system of Gadang watershed. It's not about the quality and quantity of the water itself, but how about the community who living in surrounding area. Yeah, and it's a bit challenge for us when we try to invite them, because I am from the NGO, and some of them try just say that NGO always protest and protest, and but we do the very soft approach to have more discussion. Yeah, the most important thing is that how we can step into another source. For example, like um when we said that the government cannot work for Karang watershed, but we try to what actually happened in their institution, so we can then analyze what actually their problem in their organization, why they cannot move on from their business as usual approach. So what can actually they need to step to think out of the box. So we try to really understand what actually their position, their tax, their authority. Uh, yeah, uh, this is very good approach. So we can see actually what really happened in the organization.